Welcome, welcome everybody. We are just about to get started now. We got a Neko doubles match. Wait till everybody gets in here. SMA, how you doing? Good to see you again. Long time no see. What's it, a couple hours? Nicole, good morning, good morning. It's been at least 12 hours since the last time I saw you guys. Plenty of time to get a little nap in and then get back out here, get to work, and then come back here to a bowling alley. But just think, after this, you guys don't have to see me for at least another 20 hours. Billy Jackson up on the right. It's going to be Nick DiOrio on the left. Sorry to do that to you. Sorry to do that to you. I love the shirt from Billy Jackson Jr. He was part of that tournament over at Canal, and that was their shirts. I wish I could have gotten them on the stream. That was something else. Billy Jackson, just off to the right. So today's just a Neko doubles match. It's the New England Knockout Tournament. It's a doubles event where you can kind of make your own schedule whenever you can, and then you can record it and have other people see it. It's a really fun event. Brought to you by the Candlepin Corner guys. Cheech, Jordan, Corey. Don't have that plugged in. I bowled in this, sorry about that. But we actually lost to Nick and Douglas on the left. So because we lost, it's a one-time you lose and you're out. If you win, you don't pay anything. If you lose, you have to pay for the bowling for both teams. And then there's good money at the end if you could win this whole thing. Because I think there's 64 teams. Oh, sneezing is killing me right now. Hopefully I put the microphone far enough away. Good spare there for Billy Jackson. And this is a handicapped event. So as long as you just bowl better than your average, you have a chance to win this. LC Rides, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Saint, welcome. You should find out what the handicap difference is between the two. So Billy and Dan have to win by 37 pins. And it is totals only. Oh, what a ball. Boxing Day isn't really a thing around here, It's like, we know about it, but it's nothing we celebrate. So, like, Boxing Day is nothing. Like, we would never do that on Christmas. We would never do that on Christmas Eve. But Boxing Day isn't really a thing for us. Like, I didn't even know what it was till I was an adult. And I just heard about it, that other countries celebrated Boxing Day. It is a tournament, but it's when you schedule on your own. So you find out who your opponent is, and then you have 2 weeks to schedule your match. Hey, welcome from Scotland. Yeah, that's what I've heard from other countries, but not here. Like Boxing Day, we all went to work. We all did our normal stuff. Jill with the heart me, thank you. Good morning, K Essentials. Yeah, I mean, he's a very good bowler, Billy Jackson Jr. They have to beat their opponents by 37 pins each game. It ends up being totals at the end, so at the end it's going to be 180 pins is what they have to win by. Just a head pin left for Nick DiOrio. surprisingly, so far, they're winning. You're on the right team so far, Antho. Yeah, that's the big back baddies from the Canal tournament that me and C and JT went to and won a couple weeks ago. Hi, Beth. Good to have you here whenever we can, as always. This is certainly harder to score than 10-pin bowling. Yes, it is. We do 5 frames at a time here. In case you're wondering why they're just up the whole time. They'll do 5 frames on each side for both teams, and then they'll switch sides. Good morning, Jasmine. Always good to see you. Whoa, what a try. That would have been an incredible shot right there for Billy Jackson. Good morning, Edward. Shannon with the heart me. Thank you, thank you. Yep, this is a doubles event. Wow, the wood got right in his way there. There's no reason that shouldn't have gone. Andrew, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. Yeah. Good throw from Nick. Just doesn't want to go for him. My partner was Corey Emerson, but Nick and Doug actually knocked us out. We only got to the first round and then lost in the very first round, unfortunately. And it's a one-time loss and you're out. Your team is done. Yeah, I mean, generally you want the wood up there to help you. Dan was telling me that his average is currently up to like a 121 right now, so he's bowling really well. He was a 117 average coming into this event, but he's been bowling really well recently. Miss Graves, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, I stopped in 2020 for a little bit while COVID was happening, but I came right back after. Good morning, Reeve. Is it fixed now, Aaron? It should have been. Do I have any use? Yeah, we got the New Year's Day tournament at River Rock Lanes. I'll be covering that. Well, this isn't duckpin, Bailey. This is called candlepin. And candlepin rules are basically the same as 10-pin rules. There's a few differences. Mainly, we get 3 throws instead of 2. There's no oil on our lanes, and we leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s. But it's still mostly the same rules as 10-pin bowling. Yes, I will be bowling in the River Rock one, the 10 a.m. shift, whatever time it is. Today we are at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. The New Year's tournament runs all day long, but I'll only be covering my match, which is the best 5 of 7. So I'll be bowling 7 strings and just taking my top 5. Do all alleys have this? No. In this area, this is the normal form of bowling. So this place is only candlepin. There's some places that'll have a mixture of candlepin and 10-pin, but most out here are just candlepin. Yeah, if you've never been here, then you know, if you've never been to New England, you might not have ever seen this before. Tyler Cook, what's this? I think you already know what this is, but this is candlepin bowling. The best kind of bowling there is. Now, if you're not from this area, oh, great shot from Dan. You might not have ever seen this before. There's 10 pins in the same configuration as 10-pin bowling. How far is Manchester? But it's about 45 minutes away. Bill's Mafia. Oh, what format? This is a 5-string match, and it is total pinfall only. So in each individual game does not matter. Douglas and Nick are getting 37 pins per game. Absolutely not. 10 pin's fine, but it's not better than candlepin. There's no way. No, we actually leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s. Makes every single spare and 10 unique. It's not the same shots over and over again. Cora showing up with the heart me. Thank you, thank you. Yep, no, that's fine. We are in Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire today. I was home by, what time did it finish? It finished relatively early. It finished like 10 o'clock, so I was probably home by 10:20, 10:30 at the latest. I had to drop my friend off at his house first. and went straight home after it. But I only live like a few miles away from River Rock Lanes. Yes, we have our own set of balls up there. Yeah, there's only one other open bowler here right now. No, never PBA events, because that's 10-pin bowling, and this is only a candlepin bowling house. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Kai. TRX, this is called candlepin bowling. It's the best kind of bowling there is. Yes, I will be doing the King of the River tomorrow. Yep. 9:30 start time for that. It is certainly harder to score than 10-pin bowling, yes. There is an orange pin up there. They can use that in certain leagues for, you know, if it lands up as the head pin and you get a strike with it, you can get like a little $5 ticket, or sometimes they'll do, if you knock the orange pin down, it counts as a strike on your first ball, stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool. Alex Patton, I think you have a shirt just like that one, believe it or not. Yeah, like Boston, this is still one of the biggest decks of bowling down there. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. King of the River will be tomorrow. What's a decent first half? A 50. If you can average a 50, if you can average 100 for a game, you're going to be one of the best bowlers in your regular league. You can average a 115 to a 120. You can bowl with all the pro bowlers in the scratch events. And if you could average a 135, you'd be the best in the game. We use regular bowling shoes. Yep, bowling shoes are just bowling shoes. Yeah, I knew that question was asked, Jasmine. Thanks for answering that for me. The hardest thing about this type of bowling, the frustration. You know you throw a good ball and you just get absolutely robbed up there. Like it's a mental game. It really is. How much is the ball compared to a 10-pin bowling ball? Well, we buy them in a set of 4, and they're going to range from either $200 to $400 for a set of 4, depending on what it's made from, its weight, what designs it has. Well, $200 for 4 of them, so $50 a piece. Yep, same material as a 10-pin bowling ball. Urethane, rubber, etc. You do get 3 throws per frame. First ball is still a strike, 12 strikes is still a 300. Spares work the same way. And your third throw is the only difference in scoring, and that is just a 10 if you knock them all down, and that's it. The weight is between 2 pounds 4 ounces and 2 pounds 7 ounces. What's going on, Jeep Guy? How you doing? Are the balls smaller than a 10-pin bowling ball? Of course. They're only 4.5 inches wide at its widest. Ellen Perot with the Go Popular, thank you so much. No holes in the ball. Nope, no finger holes. It's just a straight solid ball that you palm. Well, this has actually been around longer than 10-pin bowling, believe it or not, Field Fair. This is called candlepin bowling. It is way more satisfying because they're so much more rare. No, the pins actually have a very long shelf life. The strategy really is on your second and your third throw. Your first ball kind of actually is luck. You can hit the head pin perfectly 10 times in a row and get 10 different results. Here, the skill comes in your second and your third throws, where you learn how to use the wood to make your spares and your 10s. Yeah, your average pro bowler only throws about 1 strike per game in this. Yeah, I mean, that's a big difference in balls from this to 10-pin. Well, the problem is the machine in the back is a completely different machine than a 10-pin machine, and nobody makes the candlepin pin setters anymore. So you're going to have to come up with a new design for some candlepin pin setters and put them into a place. But the lanes are the exact same length as a 10-pin lane. Everything else is pretty much the exact same, except the pin setter in the back. Oh, we got a flash goal. This one's manageable. 35 people to send a single rose. 35 different people. We can do that. The orange pins are just orange. They can do different things in different events with them, but they're just a different color in this. I wish they had this all over the place, Charlie. I really do. Candlepin bowling, I think, would take off if more people knew about it. Nick Diorio on the right. Billy Jackson Jr. on the left. The big back baddie right there. Points work mostly the same. The only difference in scoring is that third throw, which is total pinfall only. Whatever you knock down is what you get, no bonuses. So like obviously a strike you get 2 bonus balls, and a spare you get 1. Here it's just a 10 if you get them all down your third throw. I mean, the bar is not open yet, that is correct. It's still only 11 a.m. here. Bowling cost, 10-pin bowling does cost a lot. Candlepin bowling definitely saves you some money because there's no oil in our lane, so it's just cheaper for the bowling alleys. And the machines in the back don't break down nearly as much. So also saves the alleys a lot of money. Well, I mean, there's only us and one other open bowler here, so it's still a little early for people to go bowling. Are you sure that's not called just mini bowling? We do 5 frames at a time. I mean, if it was open, I think they would have customers, but it's just not open yet. There you go, Dan, good shot. Good 10 there. So Billy Jackson finished with a 117, Nick Diorio with an 84. That's 33 of the 37 pins already needed for this game. There's not necessarily a pro tour for Candlepin. There is a pro league, and then there is men's and women's worlds and stuff like that. No Candlepin bowling in Wisconsin, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, like, the team on the left is certainly a lot better bowlers than the bowlers on the right. Not that they're necessarily bad bowlers, they're just, you're seeing like 117 scores. That's why the handicap is 37 pins. It is very hard to throw a strike in Candlepin. Your average pro bowler only throws about 1 strike per game on average. You can definitely do this bowling with nails. Yes, you can. I've definitely seen some girls with some pretty big nails still do this. You generally bring your own. Oh, what a strike. There's one right there. You can use the house balls, of course, but they're just going to be inconsistent. And this game is all about consistency. Hey, welcome from England. It is 5 strings. Each string takes about 20 minutes. So roughly 1.5 to 2 hours is how long we're going to be here. What do you mean there's no bonus for a spare or strike? Of course there is. Just like in 10-pin, if you throw a strike, you get 2 bonus balls. If you throw a spare, you get 1. The third throw is the only difference in that it's just a 10 if you're on your third throw only. But 12 strikes is still a 300. Bill's Mafia, I'm not bowling anymore in this. My team, it lost. So it was me and Corey Emerson as a doubles partner. But Nick Diorio and Douglas Duval beat us. Hey, you bowl up at Autumn's house, huh? Yeah, we today we are at Manchester, New Hampshire, Lakeside Lanes. Good morning, Zach. How you doing? Hey, welcome from London. Good to have you here. West Michigan, I love that. Get it out there. More people that see Candlepin, the better. Share this with your friends and family. Average ball speed for men is going to be about 30 to 35 miles an hour. For women, they throw generally a little bit slower, 20 to 30 miles an hour. I don't know what you mean by 10. Remember, if there are 12 strikes, there's only 10 frames, so you get 2 bonus balls. You get 30 per frame, just like in 10-pin bowling. A 300 has never happened in the history of the game. Oh, happy to bring it back to you. There is no centers in Pennsylvania. Outside of northern New England, there's only 2 in the United States, 1 in Ohio and 1 in New York State. Welcome from Texas and Salt Lake City. Wow, we're all over the place this morning. 245, not 55, 245. Rob, this is called Candlepin bowling. It's the best kind of bowling there is. No, you guys know how strikes work in 10 pin. It's the same thing. Albany is the only one in New York State. That is correct. Where in Ohio? It's outside of Cincinnati at the Wyoming Civic Center. Bowling shoes are the exact same. No oil on the lanes. 12 by 12 is not 300. The balls can range anywhere from 2 pounds 4 ounces to 2 pounds 7 ounces. Did you guys write all those scores down somewhere? Okay, okay. Yeah, a piece of paper would be good just so we have a running total. No holes on the ball, that is correct. So that was game one. Billy and Dan, 117, 118. I know Nick had an 84. What did 86? Okay. Down by a bunch right now. 37 pins. Okay, with that one added in already. All right. So 47 pins after the first game lead for Billy and Dan. Orange pin is just an orange pin. Sometimes they'll use it for, they'll do like an orange pin tournament. If you knock it down, it's considered a strike, no matter how many other pins are standing. Sometimes if it's the head pin in some leagues, if you hit it strike with the orange pin as the head pin, you get like a little $5 scratch ticket or something like that. What's the difference between candle pin and 10 pin bowling? Obviously ball size and pin size, which you said is the obvious. There's no oil in our lanes. We leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s, and we get 3 throws instead of 2. This is more fun than 10 pin bowling. So that is why we do this instead. And in this area, this is the normal form of bowling. 10 pin bowling is the odd thing, and you'll definitely find a lot more candle pin bowling alleys than you do 10 pin bowling alleys. All right, so Billy Jackson up on the right again. Nick Diorio on the left. Oh, that's awesome. P. Sherman at 42 Wallaby Way. There's 10 pins in the same configuration as 10 pin bowling. $10 out of 10 shirt, 100%. Yeah, that's from his team at the Richie Mayer Memorial Tournament. And his whole team had those shirts. It was hilarious. We loved it. Average cost of a candle pin ball, we buy them in a set of 4, and they can run between $200 and $400 for the whole set of 4. You can technically throw a 300 game, but it has never happened in the history of the game. It is wildly difficult to throw a strike in candle pin. Only having a 4-inch ball, it just makes it so much harder. Melanie, this is called candle pin bowling. Best kind of bowling there is. I sound different today? How do I sound different? V-dub with the heart me, thank you. Yep, wooden lanes here. There's some places that will have synthetic lanes, but most places I think usually have wooden lanes still. I am a little tired still, but I feel like I'm okay. What's the price of a high-end candle pin ball? They can run you about $100 a piece. Oh, I love sourdough. It's so good. Nick does have a little bit of a curve on his throw. I mean, I can handle it too, Beth. It is just nice to have the moderators to help me. Never feel like you have to show up. Generally, it's about $5 a string. I would have to look to see exactly what it is. Sometimes it's $4.50. I know there's always specials going on. Jeff, what's happening? Highest game ever recorded today, 245. It's happened twice. I mean, the men are giant as well, but the balls are also smaller. Candlepin bowling balls only go up to 2 pounds 7 ounces and can only 4.5 inches wide. No, duckpin is a little bit different. As she was asked, she's going to be leaving soon, so she was saying she might need some help. Duck pin pins are short and stout, kind of like 10 pins, but shorter. These are tall and skinny like a candle. This is called a candle pin. Yes, yep. We don't remove the fallen pins, so you can use those, and generally they're a help, but sometimes they are a roadblock right in the middle of the way. I'm not ignoring anyone, but I can only read so much. I got almost 2,000 people between TikTok and YouTube going on. So I'm never ignoring anybody, never feel like I'm ignoring you. It just can get very, very busy, and I want to make sure I answer a question, so I won't read the next question until I finish the first one, because I just get overwhelmed at that point, and I can't do that. Mikey, candlepin bowling is a ton of fun. Travis, I'm not trying to, I swear. Just, it can get kind of crazy, that's all. Remember, this is a handicapped event, so it doesn't matter if you have a 200 average, if you have a 50 average. You're just trying to beat what your normal average is. So you got to remember that this is a very inclusive game, and you don't have to be the greatest bowler in the world in order to do well in this event. They beat us. Just so you all know, the team on the left is the one that knocked me and my partner out. Okay, so the handicap makes things up. Yeah, it's certainly not as easy as it looks. Wow, moderators are going to be working overtime right now. Whew. One of the pins are orange because I can go grab that. So as you can see, there's no oil on the lanes. You can just run right down on the lane and grab that pin out of the way because it's too far away. Candlepin is on the new PBA 26, so if you ever want to give Candlepin a try, you can play it right on that. Yes, one of the pins is orange. They just leave them in there. Sometimes, like, you can do fun things with it, like have orange pin tournaments, and sometimes if it's on the head pin and you throw a strike, you get a little like gift of like a scratch ticket or $1 or whatever. The balls can range anywhere from 2 pounds 4 ounces to 2 pounds 7 ounces. No, there's nothing in Texas. Couldn't pick up the 7-10 split. At the half, Nick has a 37, and Billy Jackson with a 58 plus a ball. Billy's bowling great right now. Because if he were to push it down where the pins are and it were to knock a pin down, that would mess up everything. So it's better to pull the pin all the way back here, and then once he's done throwing the frame, throw it down. A respectable average is 100. If you can average 100 in most leagues, you're going to be one of the best bowlers in your league. If you can average a 115 to a 120, you can bowl with the pro bowlers. If you can average a 135, you're going to be the best in the game. No, they do not have any candlepin. They might have mini bowling, they might have duck pin bowling, but they do not have candlepin in Texas. So what they do is they come up with a number. It's usually 120, maybe sometimes 140, depending on who the bowlers are that are in the tournament. And it's 80% also, usually. If it's 80% of 120 and you have 100 average, that's 20 pins. You take 80% of that, so your handicap would be 16. Yeah, there's one in New York State, and that's it. Up in Albany, there's a couple lanes at Apex Games. Yeah, 115 average is really good in candlepin. It's better than I could do. Certainly harder to score in candlepin for sure. 245 is actually the highest, but you're pretty close to that 240. There's nothing in Pennsylvania. Outside of northern New England, there's only 2 in the United States, 1 in Ohio and 1 in New York State. They do 3 throws per frame, 5 frames at a time in this. Yeah, I've heard of Skittles. I've never been able to give it a try, Duke. I'd like to someday. Hayden, what's going on? Welcome back. Yeah, I throw a good fastball with my when I throw it. Well, this is American Bowling, believe it or not, Drift King. We are at in Manchester, New Hampshire, at Lakeside Lanes. What's the difference between this and duck pin? And duck pin, the pins are short and stout and kind of look like 10 pins, but really short. Ours are tall and skinny, and they clear out their fallen pins, and we leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s. Their ball is also a little bit bigger as well. The pins actually outweigh the ball. The pins can weigh up to 2 pounds 8 ounces, and our balls can only be up to 2 pounds 7 ounces. Splits are made a little bit easier because we leave the fallen pins up there, so it's a big help. He's my cousin. Triple H is my cousin, not my brother, but generally a straight throw works best. If you can imagine, Martin, that golf and 10-pin bowling had a baby, this is what you would get. Yes, that's why they have to put some speed on the ball. It's because the pins actually outweigh the ball. And the only way you're going to get them to move is to put some speed on it. I mean, I'm assuming we're cousins. We grew up within a half hour to an hour of each other. And we have the same name. And my grandfather has like 13 brothers and sisters. So I assume we're cousins of some kind, but we're definitely not sending each other Christmas cards or anything like that. No oil on a candlepin lane. Nope. The pins look like candles. They're tall and white and skinny. Whoa, that was loud and scary. Greasy food, no. The other thing, yes. This place, it just doesn't happen to have a. Oh, maybe they do. Maybe they have a kitchen over there now. I don't know. I've never been to the actual kitchen here. Yeah. Oh, nice, Sean. There's a lot of stuff going on at 1 o'clock, and then they do glow bowling starting at 4 today. Yes, lanes are the same length as a 10-pin lane. Brexton with a whole bunch of 100s coming in. Thank you. Why'd they switch lanes? The TV screens never change in Candlepin. Like, I don't know why. Like, definitely this software is very outdated. But the TV screens never change. They just switch sides. It's not automatic scoring. They actually are keeping score on the machine in the front. 62. Oh my God, Brexton, thank you so much. Yeah, you can do this and up in Albany, New York. 89, 90. Is there going to be 100 hundreds from Brexton? So today we are at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. Whoa! Thank you so much for all those 100s right there. Nick DiOrio, 7-10 split. Oh, great try on that one. Great try. Hey, welcome from LA. I was just out in LA in November. I enjoyed it. What else is this streaming on? Oh, so I'm also on TikTok. I do both my TikTok and my YouTube at the same time. Just because a lot of people use TikTok, a lot of people use YouTube, but not necessarily the same people use both. So we try to do both. And it is very difficult because we've got, I don't know, 4,000 people watching right now, and it is very difficult to read both at the same time. So if I miss your question, I'm sorry. Ask it again. I will be more than happy to help out. I mean, the guy on the left has a 79 right now through 7. He's doing quite fine up there, actually. We don't do that because it's so hard to hit a single pin. This is candlepin bowling. Yes, it is. I mean, that can definitely happen, Metaphor. If you say something rude, you're going to get muted. You generally don't get blocked, but you can definitely get muted if you are rude. It's outside of Cincinnati, not Cleveland. Yep, Manchester, New Hampshire. This is, oh man, I don't remember. It's right off the Rotary, right off of Route 28. Candia Road, maybe? I think that's the name of this. I'm really bad with the names of roads. What is the purpose? The same thing as 10-pin bowling. You want to knock down as many pins as you can. Oh, this is definitely bowling. It might not be the bowling you're used to, but it is most definitely bowling. It's mostly the same rules as 10-pin bowling. First ball is still a strike, 12 strikes is still a 300. Spares work the exact same way, one bonus ball to your next frame. The only difference in scoring is that third throw, which is total pinfall only. It's just a 10 if you knock them all down. And then we have no oil in our lanes. And the fallen pins stay up there to help with your spares and your 10s. Santa hat coming in, thank you, thank you. Candlepin is certainly the hardest to score, yes. No, it's just big back baddies. This is not... Yeah, I've been to Fun Spot. I went to Boutwell's for the women's international and the mixed internationals. Those were both really fun. We do 5 frames at a time in this tournament, and then you're going to sit down for 10 to 15 minutes. So you have plenty of time to drink any lemonades that you want to. Just not while you're actually bowling. It actually makes it for a much faster paced game. Yeah, Billy needs to win by 30. His team needs to win by 37 pins. He's up about 30 right now, so he's doing fine. Chill, man. Thank you so much. Yes, so candlepin bowling began in the 1880s, and modern 10-pin didn't begin until the 1890s. But then modern 10-pin just, you know, outgrew candlepin, which is definitely something that just happens. Be quiet? Why would I be quiet? Yeah, so the other colored pin can be used in some tournaments for like an orange pin event, where if you knock the orange pin down, it counts as a strike, no matter what. Other times, it can be used if it ends up in the head pin spot and you get a strike there, then you get like a little $5 scratch ticket or something in your league. Douglas Duval on the right now, Dan on the left. I mean, he has a little bit to make up, but don't. Douglas and Nick are getting 37 pins, and Billy beat his guy by 22 and 4, 26. Oh yeah, he's got a little bit to make up, but Dan is averaging a 121 right now. Lano, what's going on? Strikes are very rare in candlepin. Your average pro bowler is only going to throw about 1 strike per game on average. Why are the pins so thin? Because that's what candlepins are. Pins are never on strings in candlepin. Because we leave the fallen pins up there, you're never going to be able to have strings on the pins, or else they would just get too wound up. It would be awful. Those are candlepins, believe it or not. Also giants. I mean, we are just giants among men. You're Liliana's boyfriend? I don't know many Lilianas. I know Liliana Vest, and that's about it. It's just a different colored pin. Every lane has one on it. Today we are at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. Yep, that's not a dumb question, Addie. I don't personally wipe mine down every single time, but sweat, dirt, grease can from the machines in the back all can get on your ball. And if you just want a more consistent ball, it's best to wipe it off every time. It's not necessarily oil, it's just other stuff that can get on your ball. Just like even in baseball, they rub the balls down. And, there's no oil on that. Candlepin bowling is the most fun. They're shaped like a candle. That's why this is candlepin, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. It is bowling. Yes, it is. It's just a different style of bowling. There's actually many different varieties of bowling out there. Not only is there 10-pin that you might be more used to and candlepin, there's also duck pin, rubber band duck pin, 5-pin, 9-pin, Skittles, Keglin. I mean, so many out there. Today, Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire. I have broken a few pins in my life. Candlepins actually last quite a while, but they can break. The caps can come off. That is Douglas Duvall on the right. You think he's a goat, huh? He's bowling well right now. Going to challenge me to a series? I mean, I'm always up to go more bowling, but if you want to, I mean, you're gonna have to pay for it. What happens if you break a pin? Then it just gets taken out. That's all. Sometimes they give it to you if you want to keep it. It's really hard. So Chillman, Bruns Nick, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He does a bunch of like 10-pin content. He's actually used a 10-pin bowling ball on candle pins and vice versa. And really fun videos. If you ever want to go check Bruns Nick out, he does all that stuff. And he just has a lot more access than I do to the actual machines and stuff. So he's able to do that. I could definitely, if I want to, probably do that at Riverwalk Lanes. But the machine in the back can't actually handle a 10-pin bowling ball. So there has to be someone back there to stop the ball from going into the machine. No holes in a candlepin ball. Nope, there is. It's just a solid ball. Yeah, so you got to talk to him, McCrunchy. Talk to your dad about getting some candlepin lanes put in. Candlepin bowling is so much fun. No oil required, so you're saving money right there already. And like it's a lot of fun. Fast paced. You went candlepin bowling once at Riverwalk Lanes? Oh no. If your ball ever does get chipped, you can definitely give it to the bowling alley and they can fix it for you. As best they can, at least. Depending on how big the chip is. No, I am just a streamer and a bowler. I stream my matches every Tuesday. I record the Pro League on Friday nights and my other tournaments I do. But I don't work in a bowling alley. I don't do anything like that. No, you can't throw like a baseball. You see there's a line 10 feet out right there. Right there. That's called the lob line. Your ball is to make contact with the lane prior to that, or else it's a foul ball, same as if it goes in the gutter. And because of that, if you were to overhand it, you would basically be spiking it into the ground, and that would be a bad thing. So please don't overhand throw the ball. 3 shots per frame. First ball is still a strike. Second ball is still a spare. Your third throw is total pinfall only. No, tonight we are not in today I guess. We are not in Massachusetts. We are at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. Yep, Brian's Family Amusements does have a lot of candlepin. The balls can weigh anywhere from 2 pounds 4 ounces to 2 pounds 7 ounces. This is called candlepin bowling. What's the difference between them now? Great question. I will go find out for you. What do we got? All right, through 2, there is 8-pin difference right now. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Trying to get it far enough away, but either way, Billy and Dan are up by a bunch. Yeah, up by 8 pins right now. Let me go put this back to there. So, Billy Jackson and Dan are still winning, but only by 8 pins. Hey, that's pretty close by, BSF. In this area, it is very popular. It is the most popular form of bowling in New England. Unfortunately, outside of northern New England, you're not going to find candlepin bowling at all. Candlepin bowling is so regional. There we go. Cord came out, so my phone wasn't charging. The balls are small because we like to make things difficult on ourselves. Yeah, good strike. I missed it. Unfortunately, I was answering too many questions. So many people in the chat right now. I love it, but yeah, if you've never been to northern New England, you might not have ever seen candlepin bowling before. Hey, welcome from England. Oh God, no, we're not doing that. No. No, nothing in Las Vegas, I'm sorry. Candlepin bowling is, like I said, very regional, so How much does it cost to play? About $5 a game. You don't have 5-pin up in Nova Scotia as well? I would think you would. Orange pin is just an orange pin. They can do different things with it if they want to, but in this case, it is just a different colored pin. That's all. How is it different from 10-pin bowling? No oil in our lanes. We leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s, and we get 3 throws per frame. It is a bit like Kegland that I've heard of. Definitely need bowling shoes. If you look, we slide quite a bit, and if you had like regular just tennis shoes on, you would fall down and get very hurt. You do get a third throw. More for your dollar right there. Classic market basket line. Why are the pins so thin? Because it's harder. Oh, good spare there from Billy Jackson. Billy Jackson's a good bowler. Dan's a good bowler. But this is a handicapped tournament, don't forget. So anybody can enter and anybody can win. Oh, there you go. Great shot from Nick. There's 10 pins in the same configuration as 10-pin bowling. What's the grand prize for the winner? I actually don't know what the grand prize is. It's a few $1,000s, so I'm pretty sure. There's 64 teams, and we all had to put $100 in. So what is that? $6,400, and I assume they split it a few different ways. So it's probably 2,000, be my guess. There are definitely some people who sandbag. Yep, I mean that's going to happen. Bowling is very popular in the United States. Candlepin is only popular in northern New England. Is it legal to intentionally gutter to go for the deadwood? No. So if your ball goes in the gutter and hits a pin that's in the gutter, it doesn't count. It's a foul ball. Any pins that might get hit are deducted automatically. Candlepin bowling is actually older than 10-pin bowling. It began in the 1880s, and modern 10-pin didn't begin until the 1890s. It is significantly harder to score than 10-pin bowling. 10-pin bowling has its own skill set involved, but it is so much harder to score. 275 and 10-pin is your highest? Way to go. That's good. What's the most difficult split to make for a spare? I mean, oh, good. How's that not a strike? The spread eagle, I think, is one of the hardest ones, especially with no wood, but sometimes like the 7-10 is also a really difficult one. Spread eagle is when you have, you just knock out the 1-5 or the 1-5-8-9. A 300 has never happened in the history of the game. 245 is the most anyone's been able to knock down. You get 3 throws per frame and 5 frames at a time is what we're bowling right now. There is also duck pin bowling, but in this area, I only know of 2 duck pin alleys. Candlepin is the #1, and then 10-pin is #2, duck pin #3 in this area. Why do you wipe the ball? Because there's more things than just oil that can get on your ball: sweat, grease, dirt, just things from the machine. Like, we're not necessarily wiping the oil off the ball. We're just getting we just want a more consistent ball every single time. I wish you had Candlepin in Nebraska as well. Thank you, Kyokin. I appreciate that. If you do want to try this game, PBA 26 does have Candlepin on there. If you guys happen to be bowling fans and you already own PBA 26 or you want to buy it to give it a try, I'm not sponsored by them in any way, but you can try Candlepin on there. Why just show the spare before the 5? So he got the spare and he got a 5 bill. Oh, he's putting it on the board. He's calling a strike. Oh, Dan did. He called a strike. Wrong lane. Let's see if Doug can do it. Good try. He called the strike. Didn't go. Went for Dan though. So, Michael, you actually do want to put more speed on your ball. The pins outweigh the ball, and the best way to get everything to move around is to throw a faster ball. Women definitely play this too. There just happens to not be any on these 2 teams today. Yeah, you can definitely buy balls and pins online, paramount.com. I think it's Paramount.com. Paramount Bowling Balls, maybe, or something like that. So the reason you don't want to slow the ball too much on your spare shot is because it's about consistency, muscle memory. If you normally throw your ball 35 miles an hour and you slow it down to 15 miles an hour, you're not going to be consistent with it. We do slow it down, but we slow it down from 35 to like 32, if that makes sense. No, 300 has never happened. The highest anyone's ever gotten is a 245. It's not all the same balls. No, they can range from 2 pounds 4 ounces to 2 pounds 7 ounces, and they can weigh different things, different material, stuff like that. Whether they're urethane or rubber. They look so thin from this far back, but they're, it's not really that bad. And they are symmetrical, so there is no top or bottom to the pins. They can go either way. If you really did, like, you generally do want to come in at a slight angle. If you hit the head pin straight on, you're going to punch it straight back. You do want to come in at a slight angle. But don't forget, the ball is going to deflect off and not push through the pins like it does in 10-pin. Because in a 10-pin, you're throwing a much heavier ball that's heavier than the pins. Here, the ball deflects off. So you really want to come at it kind of and push the pin back. Can you see one of the balls or one of the... I don't have any pins over here. I could show you a ball up close, but definitely I can't show you any of the pins. It's too far away. How do you control the bowling ball? You just roll the ball. It's a solid ball, no finger holes or anything like that. The heaviest the ball can weigh is 2 pounds 7 ounces, and the pins weigh 2 pounds 8 ounces. Okay. Next time a pin gets brought back here, I will have them bring it. Today's lane, we are at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. There's like 100 left in the United States. All bowling is dying out, and candlepin is definitely a part of that. There's nothing outside of New England except for one in New York and one in Ohio. Yep, we do 10 frames, just like in 10-pin. Show us the ball? Okay, I'll go grab you a ball and show you one. Still falling for him. I'll wait till Nick throws his ball, and then I will show you guys what a ball looks like. I grabbed one of the lane balls, the house balls. Oh, good throw from Nick. All right, so this, here we go on YouTube. This is one of the house balls. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it fits right in the palm of your hand. Very, just a solid ball. That's all it is. Fits right in the palm of your hand. When you throw it, that's how you throw it. Everybody on TikTok, I'll wait till Nick throws his ball again. Nice shot. This is what it looks like. No holes, as you can see. Fits right in the palm of your hand. Boom. Yep, that's it. That's it right there. It's not chuck it as hard as you can. You need to be accurate. You need to learn how to use your spares and your 10s and use that wood to your advantage. No, duck pin bowling balls are a little bit bigger than candlepin bowling balls, and their pins are short and fat. It's actually more like a bocce ball. If you've ever played bocce, it's almost the same thing. This is not the same as duck pin. No, duck pin is, like I said, their pins are short and stout, kind of look like 10 pins. These are tall and skinny, kind of look like candles. Oh, good spare for Billy Jackson. It's basically just a smaller version of bowling, but of 10-pin bowling. But there is slightly different rules. Like we get 3 throws instead of 2 because it's really hard. There's no oil in our lanes. They can either be rubber or urethane, just like in 10-pin. Yeah, you get 3, like scoring-wise, it's the same as duck pin. Billy's shirt is fantastic, isn't it? Fallen pins, as long as they're on the lane, are still in play. If they're in the gutter, a fallen pin is not in play. Lanes are the exact same length as a 10-pin lane, 60 feet long, 4 feet wide. I mean, there is a place you can go purchase some if you wanted to, CM Roland. But on camera, we're not going to be doing anything like that. In this one, it's really nothing. It's just a different colored pin, but you can use it for different events and different things like that. I think 5-pin balls and candlepin balls are the same. They actually bounce around more than like a 10-pin ball because it's not. It's so much lighter. The orange pin is just there for different events, and they just don't take them out here. Is there a difference between a house ball and a personal ball? Mostly what they can be made out of. The house balls are generally just going to be the cheapest ball possible, and the ones you get are going to be more consistent weights, and they can be made with either the urethane or rubber that you want. Who do I think the winner will be? Oh, I don't know. Now that me and Corey aren't in it, who knows? A 300 has never happened in the history of the game. See what's going on? Sorry about that cough, guys. This is called candle pin bowling. 10 pin, same configuration as 10 pin. Yes, yeah, the ball's about the same size as a 5-pin ball. Yeah, I didn't either, Jody, until I was like probably 25 years old when I learned that candlepin isn't the normal form of bowling everywhere. Today we are at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire. The pins are tapered at the ends just a little bit, but there is no up or down. It's one symmetrical pin. What makes an expensive ball better? Not a whole lot, honestly. I personally prefer my rubber balls, which are a little bit more expensive than the urethane balls. I just feel like they work better on wooden lanes for me. The urethane balls, I feel like, work better on the synthetic lanes. Ohio and New York State, outside of New England. And then there's a bunch up in Canada as well. I'm gonna put this ball back. I will be right back. It's a scratch ticket here called I Love Bacon. What an interesting scratch ticket. I just walked by the scratch ticket machine and I'm like, ooh, look at that. I love bacon too. No, your 10-pin bowling is actually going to hurt you when you try to do candlepin because the hand motions are very, very different. You don't want to hook the ball. You don't want to loft the ball too much. So generally, it's actually going to hurt you, and you'd rather have no experience bowling and just learn it this way. What is the point of this, and why not go 10-pin bowling? Well, this is the better version of bowling, so that's why. What the point is the same thing as bowling, is to knock down as many pins as possible. I assume he's my cousin. I definitely remember you from yesterday. Yes, I do. See, I never understand when someone says it reminds them of skee ball. Skee ball is a wooden ball, first of all. You're trying to get it into a hole, and this is nothing like that. Why is this better than 10-pin bowling? So we get 3 throws per frame, so you're already getting more for your dollar. Every single spare in 10 is unique because of the fallen pins. So it's not the same shots over and over again like it is in 10-pin. And 245 is the world record. Any single time you go bowling, you could break the world record and be the best in the game. Can you imagine that? That in 300s happen every single day in 10-pin bowling. Yeah, you know, the classic market basket reference right there. Tournaments happen every single weekend in Candlepin. Almost every single tournament. Every single weekend there's at least 1 or 2 tournaments happening. Candlepin, unfortunately, is only in New England. So if you want to find Candlepin, you're going to have to come to northern New England to give it a try, or Atlantic Canada. Those are called candle pins. The balls are about the same size as a bocce ball, but more glossy rather than the bocce balls are more of like a matte finish. Orange pin is just, it is orange. In this, it means nothing. It's just a different colored pin. Sometimes there'll be different tournaments for it. Sometimes if it's the head pin and you throw a strike, your league will give you like a scratch ticket or something, but that's about it. In this, it's just a normal different colored pin. Yes, in this area, candlepin is the majority of bowling alleys are just going to be candlepin. So if you want to do a scratch event, which is a singles event where, you know, no handicap whatsoever, you generally want to have at least a 110 average, probably closer to a 115 to a 120. Unless you just want to do it for fun, but if you want to have a chance to win, a 115 to a 120 is what you should have. No, there's no candlepin in Northern Kentucky, I'm sorry. Generally, you don't want to curve the ball. Generally, a hard straight throw works best. Many candlepin lanes in Maine. Lanes are the exact same length. It really does, Luke, yes. It is so hard to throw a strike in candlepin, so when you throw a strike, it feels real good. Who's the Pete Weber of candlepin bowling? I mean, besides me? I don't know, you mean like someone who has the most pizzazz while he's out there? I don't even know. Troy Funyer? I don't know. If there's any candlepin bowlers in the house, let me know who you think the Pete Weber of candlepin is. Why don't they use oil in candlepin? Because the oil in 10-pin is there to protect the lane from the big heavy ball. Here it's only a 2-pound ball, so it's not damaging the lane all that much. There is still like a layer of wax that's kind of put on it every like 6 months or so, but that's about it. You get 3 throws per frame and 5 frames at a time. This is bowling, just not the bowling that you might be used to. This is called candlepin bowling. This is New Hampshire. Yep, this is Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire today. All right, so 123, that is 32 pins and 53 pin win right there for Dan and Billy. So that puts them up 61 minus 37, 24. There we go. Average score for a tournament bowler, like 115 to 120. We had 24. Hey, my math is correct. What do you think about that, guys? There we go. We are now at 24 pin lead for Billy Jackson and Dan. There we go. If you guys can see that on TikTok, still a little fuzzy. Who is the Magic Man? That's me. Paul Grant gave me that nickname because I'm a big Magic the Gathering fan. I used to have a Magic the Gathering podcast, and I'm just known as the Magic Man now. I didn't call myself that. You generally don't want to throw it overhand. There is a line 10 feet out called the lob line, and if you have your balls to make contact with the lane prior to that, or else it's a foul ball. Same as if it goes in the gutter. So if you overhand throw, you basically have to spike it into the ground, and you don't want to be doing that. Not the same as 10 pin, because in 10 pin you want to hit it on the side of the head pin. Here you want to hit the head pin kind of just a little straight on, but just a little off to the side. But strikes are not common in candlepin. You can find one in Ohio, but if you want to rent out that place, you have to rent out the entire bowling alley. It's basically just for private events. Why would we do 10 pin bowling if this is the better version of bowling? They see the smaller ball and they think that it's light, but it is still a 2.5 pound ball. It's not a baseball or softball weight even. It's so much heavier than that. Outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, at a place called the Wyoming Civic Center. Why do I like this version of bowling better than 10 pin bowling? So first of all, you get 3 throws per frame. You're already getting more for your dollar right there. Rather than just 2, you get all 3. Great. Every spare in 10 is unique because of the fallen pins up there. So it's not the same shots over and over again. We get to throw the ball 35 miles an hour, just whip that thing down there. It's so much fun. It's a fast-paced version of bowling, and it's the best. I go 10-pin bowling about once a year, maybe twice a year, depending. There's actually a 10-pin place within walking distance of my house. I just don't like, if I'm gonna go bowling, I'm gonna go candlepin bowling because it's more fun. It's not a strike. So if you see the X, X is in this is just 10. That's it. X means 10. You can drink whatever you want while you're here. Yes. Yeah, this is called candlepin bowling. It's the best kind of bowling there is. What's the difference between this and duckpin bowling? Mostly the ball size and pin size. And they clear out their wood in between, and we leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s. Yeah, I get both TikTok and YouTube going at the same time, so if I miss a thing on either streaming platform, I apologize. We just have like 3,000 people right now between the two, and it gets hard for me to concentrate on everything, you know? Yeah, there's so many different versions of bowling out there, Cade. There's nice strike right there. There's not only the 10-pin and candlepin, there's duckpin, 5-pin, 9-pin. There's Keglin, Skittles, rubber band duckpin. There's a lot of different things out there. Yeah, Billy's really good. You get a strike on your first ball, and you get 2 balls added in from your next frame, just like in 10-pin. What's Skittles? It's a British pub game, I guess. I don't know. I've never done it before. I just know that that's what it is. Yeah, well, that's because they put up your individual numbers. Like, so if my other bowling alley, Academy Lanes, will also put how many pins you knock down, and X is 10 for that also for a strike, because X just means 10. And in 10-pin, they put how many pins you knock down in each spot. And there's no reason for a 10 to ever be there in 10-pin. Because you're never going to throw a 10 in 10-pin. It's either spares or strikes only. I know there's no obligation, but I try my best to answer as many as I can, as best I can. It's just hard. Candlepin bowling is the best. I agree, Kevin. Yep, there's an orange pin up there. In this event, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a different colored pin. They can use it for what they call orange pin tournaments. They can use it for, sometimes some leagues will do it. If it comes up as the head pin and you knock it down, you get like a $5 scratch ticket. But in this, it's just nothing, just a different thing, just to make you ask why. Candlepin began in the 1880s, about 10 years prior to modern 10-pin bowling. Well, this is a handicapped event, don't forget. So, as long as you can beat your average, that is all that matters. I try my best, Reaper Davis. I answer these same exact questions over and over again because I stream quite a bit, so I stream every single Tuesday, every Friday. Tuesday's my league, Friday is the pro league, and then I do random events on the weekends. So let Billy know he has fans. Yeah, mods are doing a great job, Ken. Absolutely, I love my mods. Greatest people on this earth. Candle pin is what it is, Beezer. Yep. So the pins look like candles. They're tall, skinny, and white, just like a candle. Doesn't surprise you if you've never seen this before. Candlepin bowling is a very regional form of bowling found almost exclusively in northern New England and Atlantic Canada. I mean, as long as you can beat your average, that's the most important thing. Alright, someone's gonna have to run down there and grab that. Billy's gonna go grab it. How many attempts do they get to bowl? They do 3 balls per frame and 5 frames at a time. I will see if Billy will give me that pin, and I will model it for you. I'll do the whole Vanna White thing, okay, guys? I will Vanna White that thing if he brings it back here for you. Ta-da, ta-da. You know, I'll do that whole shtick up there. No finger holes. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. There you go, guys. 16 3/4 inches. There's no oil in the lane, so he's not going to mess anything up. What a strike. What a strike. My team already lost. So I was a part of this event, but Nick and Doug actually knocked us out. Score is almost the same as 10-pin bowling. The only difference between this and 10-pin bowling scoring-wise is that third throw, which is total pinfall only. Is that 2 now on the right? He's thrown one. He's threw a strike on his spare. He's got 3 marks in a row right now. I know. I don't think it was very nice at all of Nick and Doug to knock us out. A 300 has never happened in the history of the game. What is the name of this? This is called candle pin bowling. Yeah, it is definitely bowling. It might not be the bowling you're used to, Dion, but it is definitely bowling. The balls do have different weights, but it's not as vast as it is in 10-pin bowling. Your balls are only going to range from 2 pounds 4 ounces to 2 pounds 7 ounces, but you can feel every single one of those ounces. We actually get to use the fallen pins to make our spares and our tens. Yeah, duckpin is the normal other variety of bowling that most people in the country are going to know. But candlepin in this area is actually the #1 form of bowling, with 10-pin being the secondary bowling in this area. Actually, the pretext of modern bowling is actually 9-pin bowling. Believe it or not, 9-pin bowling was the most common form back in the early 1800s. Because bowling itself has been around since the ancient Egyptian days. So it's been around a long, long time. It was 9-pin bowling before, but most of the country made 9-pin bowling illegal because it inspired too much drinking and gambling. And so they just made 10 pins. Which is kind of funny when you think about it like that. It can be easier to pick up splits with the extra fallen pins up there. I don't think they know that. I'll let them know afterward. But we've had quite a bit of people watching the streams recently. I assume today we're going to hit probably 300, 400,000 people watching. What's a good average to have? About 100. If you can average 100 in most leagues, you're going to be one of the best bowlers in your league. If you can average a 115 to a 120, you can do all the scratch events. If you can average a 135, you'd be the best in the game. No, never. We would never do that, Sterling. Absolutely. Drinking and gambling are nothing we do in bowling. Today, Nub, this is Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. Exactly. So, yeah, when 9-pin bowling became illegal, they just made 10-pin. What was that TV show, Erie, Indiana, where they had the interdimensional cable? Highest score I've ever thrown is a 164. Yes. Yeah, 9-pin bowling was illegal in most of the country. No candlepin in Colorado. Yeah. No, you can find 10-pin bowling there, you can find duckpin bowling, but no candlepin. Candlepin is only found in this way, in this part of the country. I mean, I think that's what Wii bowling did. You know, they just had the forethought to put it into Wii bowling. I don't know. I think it was like a diamond structure, is how 9-pin was set up before, but don't quote me on that. I'm not a 9-pin person. Okay, Isaac, good having you here. Always good having you. I appreciate it. Cars and Gaming, this is called Candle Pin Bowling. Micah's not here today, no. Micah helps run the Cannabis Bowling Network stuff. If you have a place that manually sets pins up, you can do candlepin there. I think the 2 pound 7 ounce ball works best. It does carry a little bit more than the 2 pound 4 ounce one. No. Someone said if we keep making all the different bowlings illegal, we're gonna get more and more pins. We're gonna end up with 50 pin bowling. And I know 10 in Wii Bowling they had the 100 pin bowling where you have to throw the strikes at that. So that's the joke I was going with there. But PBA 26 does have candlepin on it. So if you guys ever want to try candlepin, you can buy PBA 26 and it has candlepin and duckpin on it. So this is a tournament. What they do in this tournament is you have 2 weeks to schedule a match, and then you just figure out a house and a time to do it, and then you bowl your match. What is duckpin? Duckpin is another form of bowling. Yep, PBA 26 has candlepin on it. Yeah, Billy's bowling great. 104 right now. It is much better than 10-pin bowling, I agree. No, a duckpin ball is actually an inch bigger. A duckpin ball is 5.5 inches wide, and a candlepin ball is 4.5 inches wide. I remember the elf bowling. That was a lot of fun back in the day. What is PBA 26? So PBA Bowling has their own video game out there, and every year you get the new version of bowling, and this year you can play duckpin and candlepin on it. Yeah, this game can get very frustrating, Kate. It really can. Is there someone who's considered the GOAT of candlepin? There's a few people who are in that conversation. Tommy Olsta is considered the greatest of all time. But also Craig Holbrook has probably knocked down more pins than any other bowler in the history of the game. So he definitely could be said to be the GOAT. But it's definitely one of those two, most likely. Is there a foul line also? Yeah, there's multiple foul lines. There's the foot foul line. There's the lob line. And then there's another line that's way down there, but you can't see that from here. Well, actually, I mean, the ball doesn't move when it's on the oil. So here, if you put a huge spin on it like you do in 10-pin, it would actually hook really quickly. 3 throws per frame. Yep, in 5 frames at a time. Who has the highest average right now? Currently, it is Justin Waters. In the Friday Night Pro League, Justin Waters has a 125 average, and that is the highest. So they do 5 frames at a time, and then you switch sides. That way you can't say one lane is better than the other, especially where we're against the wall over here on lane 1. A lot of people don't like bowling against the wall. Yeah. Billy with a 123. Beat Nick by 52 pins. The button on the ball return is re-racking the lane. 125, not in candlepin. 125 is a big average, and it is the highest average in the Friday Night Pro League right now. Yeah, I don't like bowling against the wall, and I'm a righty, but I stand on the left side when I start. There is nothing in Arizona. It's a regular video game on like Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, generally a faster throw works best. Orange pin is just orange. You can use it for different events, but here it is just orange, that's all. Is there any different scoring for candlepin? The only difference in scoring is your third throw, which is total pinfall only, but strikes and spares work the exact same way. Strikes are rare in candlepin, yes. Your average pro bowler is only going to throw about 1 strike per game on average. There you go, Edward. You can try candlepin and let me know how it is. This is called candlepin bowling. Generally, a curveball does not work. Generally, you want to throw a hard straight throw. Ooh, good try from Doug. Oh, tremendous shot right there from Dan. It's not a spare in your third throw. It's just a 10 on your third throw. Spares are only on your second throw, just like it is in 10-pin. You have to roll the ball. The ball is still 2.5 pounds. It's a lot heavier than you might think. Custom balls are generally between $50 and $100 a piece. Correct, yeah, 1880s and 10-pin began the 1890s. No, I wouldn't say beginners pick it up well. It is definitely a learned sport. So you're definitely not going to come out here and start with a 100 game. You're probably only going to average a 50 to a 75 on your first time ever trying it. Mostly regular rules. There's only a few differences between this and 10-pin bowling. We get 3 throws instead of 2. We leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s. And there's no oil on our lanes. Don't worry, Andrew, we all make fools of ourselves. Candlepin bowling is so hard, and nobody is good at this game. Even the best in the game is not good at this game. 10-pin pro bowlers are not good at Candlepin. I assume we're cousins of some kind, Mike, but we are not. We're not sending each other Christmas cards. You generally don't want to curve the ball. You generally want to throw a hard, straight throw. Why no oil? You don't need the oil. The oil in 10-pin is there to help protect the lanes from the balls. And then they found out that they could put oil down in different patterns to make it easier for people to throw strikes and get bigger scores. And people like big scores. This is called Candlepin bowling. How did Billy get so many strikes? Those aren't strikes. X's are just 10s. So if you see an X, it is not a strike, it is a 10. If you see the big squares, those are strikes. He's wiping the ball to get the dirt, grease, sweat off the ball. There's other things than oil that can get on your ball and make it inconsistent. Yes, he just threw a 140. Dan is an incredible bowler. Plenty of leagues in the North Shore, yep. They do have bumper bowling. You can definitely get bumpers put up. That is a normal thing. This is game 5. This is the 5th and final game. Dan and Billy are up by a good amount right now. 79 pins. Okay, so Nick just needs a 200. No big deal. 79 right there is what they're up right now. There you go, 79 pins. I'm not saying it's over, but I think I just heard some lady singing down there. Today we are at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. Yeah, it's also on The Simpsons. You can watch Candlepin bowling on The Simpsons, which is, I think, one of the greatest scenes in The Simpsons ever. I don't know who makes these pin setters. It's one of those two. Yeah, so we could be right up the road from your daughter. 245 is most that's ever happened. There's 10 pins in the same configuration as 10-pin bowling. The pins weigh 2 pounds 8 ounces, and the balls can only weigh up to 2 pounds 7 ounces. Strikes are rare in Candlepin. Candlepin, this is more of a spare game or even a 10 game more than anything else, with an average grade score being 100. Yeah, I feel like he throws a 10-pin style ball. Why would we play an inferior version of bowling, Alex? Candlepin bowling is the superior version, so. Do I know Josh Daly's average score? In my league, he averaged a 131, I believe. Yep, there is 12 inches between each of these pins, just like in 10-pin. Is there a greatest of all time? Tommy Olsta is generally considered the greatest of all time. Craig Holbrook is also right up there as the greatest of all time. He's probably knocked down more pins. This is the normal bowling in this area, yeah. So my highest in 10-pin, I think I've thrown like a 180 something. I don't go 10-pin bowling very often. My highest in Candlepin is a 164. What's the difference between this and duck pin? Mostly the ball size and the pin size. Their balls are a little bit bigger, their pins are a lot shorter. And they clear out the fallen pins, and we leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our 10s. This is a real sport in this area. In northern New England, candlepin bowling is the #1 form of bowling. Hey, way to go. 97's a great game. Yeah, I mean, this is an even smaller ball than a duckpin ball, Jacob. Duckpin balls are about an inch wider than a candlepin ball. This is called candlepin bowling. Yes, that is correct, Ariel. Very 80s interior, yes. Definitely has got that 80s or early 90s feel to it. I mean, most people are better at 10-pin bowling than candlepin bowling. Candlepin bowling is a very, very difficult game. Yeah, we get 3 throws per frame. First ball is still a strike, second ball is still a spare, third ball is total pinfall only. Why is one of the balls rolling the others? I don't know what that means. Jasmine, I know, I'm sorry. You're working so hard today. Why do they throw it so hard? To help the fallen pins, or to get more pin action. Faster balls work best in Canada. Today we are at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire. This is definitely not AI, I promise you. It's next to Mojo's, yep. I love that chase. Like, that is the thing that I think makes candlepin great, is that it is so fast-paced. When I watch 10-pin bowling, because I watch 10-pin bowlers here on TikTok and YouTube, and it's so slow-paced. Like, they're waiting for somebody to, like, use the bathroom or to go get a drink at the bar. And in candlepin, it's just fast-paced all the time. The guys are just continuing to go. It is, it's a fun game. It really is. A 300 game has never happened in the history of the game. Fast-paced compared to 10-pin bowling, much faster-paced. Hey, that's pretty cool. He didn't come over and say hi, John? I mean, if he's going to come over and take a picture, he should at least come over and say hi. The highest score ever recorded is a 245. It's happened twice. This has been a sport since the 1880s, believe it or not. There is a pro league. I record it every single Friday night at 7:30. Just bowling shoes. That's what you need up there. Uh, 300 is technically a perfect game, but it has never happened in the history of the game. There's world championships, usually happen in November for the men, and the women's happens in July, I think, somewhere around there. Who's considered the GOAT? Tommy Olsta or Craig Holbrook? Generally the two people that I would put up there. I'm glad to have you here, Matt. Feel free to come watch me anytime. I stream multiple times a week, so make sure you give me that follow. Yeah, there you go. June is the mixed ones. I think the July one happened after that, so it was either July or August. I actually think it was August was the women's. There's no finger holes in the ball. Nope, it is just a solid ball all the way through. I bet you could, Nick. I bet you could. Yep, candlepin bowling. Candlestick is, I hear all the time, but it's not called candlestick. It's candlepin. It is certainly harder than 10-pin bowling to score. 10-pin bowling has its own skills needed, but to score, candlepin is definitely the hardest. Generally, a hard straight throw works best. The balls can range from 2 pounds 4 ounces to 2 pounds 7 ounces. It's very similar to duck. It is not the same. There's many differences between the two, but they're very similar as well. No, the balls are made out of urethane and rubber, just like a 10-pin ball. The team on the right, Dan and Billy, are up 79 pins coming into this game, so they should win this one. Unless Nick and Doug go off. What's the difference between this and duck pin? Mostly the ball size and pin size. Their pins are much shorter and fatter, and ours are tall and skinny. They leave the fallen pins up there to help make their, or no, we leave the fallen pins up there to help make our spares and our tens, and they do not. No, it is 60 feet long, 4 feet wide, same exact dimensions as a 10-pin lane. I don't know what that means, Maragona. Yeah, they couldn't miss, it felt like, T-Bones, when they were facing us. What is considered a hard throw? Like, generally 35 is a hard throw. I've seen people throw it upwards of 40 to 50 miles an hour. 42 pins. Yep. Okay. You can do it. No, there could not be finger holes. No. It is a solid ball. If you were to put holes in it, it would weigh less. And you can't weigh less than 2 pounds, 4 ounces. Jacob, good to have you here. These guys are competing. This is a doubles event. Nick and Doug are getting 37 pins per game, and Billy and Dan have to make that up. Absolutely, Ezra. I'm trying my best to do everything, but it's difficult when you got 2,000 people watching and talking all at the same time. Highest score I've ever seen someone bowl is a 204. Steve Walker did that at Leo's Super Bowl in Amesbury, Massachusetts. Yes, if you knock one on your first ball, it's a strike, just like in 10-pin. 12 strikes is still a 300. If you knock one down in your second throw, it's a spare, just like in 10-pin. 1 bonus ball at your next frame added in. If you knock one down in your third throw, it's just a 10, and that's it. Well, 900 here and 1,000 on TikTok right now. So, and now it's 997 and 1,100. I know, we just got to find somebody with some money, maybe that person who just won Powerball, to help us out. Put in some candlepin lanes. Strikes work the exact same way as they do in 10-pin, so your next 2 balls are counted towards that first score. That is a fast ball. I don't know how much I believe that, Constance. Nope, you get 3 shots just all the time. So if you throw a strike in your 10th, you get 2 more balls, and that's it. Danny, this is called candlepin bowling. Lakeside Lanes is fantastic. I love it here. This is called candlepin bowling. Best kind of bowling there is. Softball pitchers are really good at this. In fact, there's a reason that most of the time in the summer, a lot of these bowling alleys are much quieter. It's because all the candlepin bowlers are out playing softball. This is definitely more of a winter sport. I think it's just, Jens, it's a really fun, fast-paced game. And I don't know, people just seem to enjoy it and get stuck watching it. Oh, I love that, Jasmine. Thank you. I'm glad it's actually getting worn. That's awesome. Yes, you can use the fallen pins to help make your spares and your tens. It makes every single spare and 10 unique. Is there a limit on how fast to throw the ball? No, you can definitely throw the ball as fast as you want to throw it. There are plenty of youth leagues, yes. Usually most bowling alleys will have their leagues on like Saturday mornings. Yeah, I mean, if you're broke, it's going to be hard to put a bowling alley in your own home. But to be fair, we have one in our backyard, or we did. where just got a bunch of extra pins, and we threw some 2x4 or not two, some plywood down, and we just we did it for fun during COVID times when everything was closed. But we had a candlepin bowling alley in our backyard. It wasn't a good one at all, but we did. Oh, what a spare there! Great shot from Billy. So candlepin is the most common form of bowling around here, Zach, but also it's much more fun than 10-pin bowling. Everybody in candlepin, even the greatest candlepin bowler of all time, has a regular job. Amateur sport at best. It was nice knowing you, honey. Oh, thank you, James. I appreciate the kind words. You generally don't want to throw it overhand, no. There's a lob line 10 feet out. Your ball's to make contact with the lane prior to that, or else it's a foul ball. So if you were to overhand throw it, you would basically be spiking it into the ground. Generally, the fallen pins help you make your spares and your tens. Other times, it can be a roadblock. Generally, though, it's a help. Yeah, you're gonna have to come over to Massachusetts sometime and give it a try, Zach. I know I wouldn't want to cross the border and go to New York, but I'm sure it's probably better for you to leave New York to come over here.
Is that a blue one? Is that blue?
You can curve the ball, but you generally shouldn't. Generally, you want to throw a hard straight throw. Yeah, Worcester is the home of candlepin bowling. That is where candlepin bowling originated. This is bowling. It might not be the same bowling you're used to, but there are many different versions of bowling out there, and this is called candlepin bowling. It's the best kind of bowling there is. So generally, two-handed bowling is best to get more revolutions on your ball, and we don't care about revolutions on our ball. We care about speed. So two-handed throwing is not going to work in candlepin. You can do it. Max has done it. I've had Josh Daly do it, but it doesn't help. It's just more for fun. We are not in Massachusetts today. Today we are at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. 3 throws per frame. First ball is still a strike. Second ball is still a spare. Third ball is total pinfall only. That's awesome, Zach. I love having you here. So make sure you follow me then, everybody. Make sure you get to see this, because I'll be live again tomorrow for the King of the River, and then Tuesday for my regular league, and then Friday again for the Pro League. So it's non-stop. Welcome from Germany. Women's balls are the exact same as the men's balls. It's all the same. Someone was saying earlier that he was goated. What are you talking about? Who's the greatest candlepin bowler of all time? That is Tommy Olsta for the most part. That's what everyone says. Guy had like a 140, 145 average. He just couldn't miss. There is one candlepin alley in Ohio, Wyatt. It's at the Wyoming Civic Center, but if you want to rent it out, you have to rent out the entire bowling alley. Nicole Jackson with their first gift they've ever sent. Thank you so much. If you can average 100 in most leagues, you're going to be one of the best bowlers in your league. If you can average a 115 to a 120, you're going to be able to bowl with the pro bowlers. If you could average a 135, you would be the best in the game. 300 has never happened in the history of the game. Only in New England, yep. So the machine doesn't know. There's a button they press after they're done. You'll see Doug doing it right now. He's going up there and pressing it, and that resets the lane. My average is a 107. Better than most league bowlers, but not quite as good as the pro bowlers. There are curveballs, but you generally don't want to do it. Generally, a hard straight throw works best. Highest game bowled is 245. You can continue bowling professionally, in all those events, well into your 60s and 70s. Yes, you can fit 2 candlepin balls in between each of the pins. In between the pins, just like in 10-pin, there is 12 inches, and there is our balls are only 4.5 inches wide, so you can fit 2 in there. PBA 26 does have Candlepin. If you guys do want to give it a try, download PBA 2026. Yep, so Nick and Doug are getting 37 pins extra added in per game. So it's 180 pins total, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You cannot do this for a living, unfortunately. No. Nobody who does this, even the best in the game, are making a living doing this. A little bit of an angle helps. Coming at it with the big hook on it does not help. Orange pin means nothing in this. There's sometimes you can do orange pin tournaments, or you can, if it comes up as a strike and you hit it, sometimes your league will give you like $5 or $10 or something. But that's about it. Okay, it is over. I will give you guys all the totals. I want to thank everybody, especially my moderators. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you for all your help. It has been an incredible day, very fun. A ton of people watching today. Jasmine, Aaron, everybody who's watching. Isaac, when he was over here, and Beth, thank you all so much. I will be back again tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning Eastern time to do the King of the River. Generally, you want to hit the head pin just a little off to the side. Make sure you guys give me a follow. Candlepin bowling it's recognized by the PBA, but not as that kind of, we're not part of the same umbrella. But I want to make sure everyone, make sure you follow me, subscribe to me, whatever it's called, on whichever platform you're watching right now. I'll be live again tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Until then, everybody, have a great and wonderful day. I will see you all in like 20